Dr. Bawumia has been working so hard. He's meeting Christian leaders. He's going house to house, kiosk to kiosk, gate to gate, talking to kinky sellers, trotro mates, and drive. Okay, wait, Caleb. Honestly, I've not seen him interact with trotro mates yet. All I have seen him say is this.
Mami, mon fastiano, mami, mon mamistiano, na min chicano, enko baby ayesieko.
Indeed, that's all I've heard Dr. Bawumia cry for. But if he has met any mates yet, please let me know. Now, it appears that the harder Dr. Bawumia works, and I admire that, very hardworking guy, the harder he works, the more Akpafuadu, his boss, throws spokes into his wheels. Last week, it was, I won't hand over to a successor I have beaten twice. Indeed, Ghanaians were annoyed. But when Dr. Bawumia was kneeling before chiefs, lying prostrate and throwing himself on the ground, I am a humble guy, vote for me, and all those things, Akpafuadu say, hey, get up and greet me for that. This week, it is, I don't want Muhammad to succeed me. He will destroy my legacy. And again, Ghanaians are like, wait, leg what? Say what? Wait, who? Legacy? They say legends. No, I want you to legacy. And I say, I won't show you KPMG's report on the SMLGRA because the corruption is so crazy a legacy. It is a national security issue. Is that the legacy you're talking about? Oh, I feel if Bawumia had his way, and his boss would just, zip it when it comes to who should succeed him and things like that, because the more he does, the angrier Ghanaians become. The president, it seems, is pouring dirty diesel in Dr. Bawumia's palm wine, or is it Pito? Okay, friends, so welcome to the show. This is BackPage on CDTV, and my name is Caleb. Is it really true that President Dankwa Akufo-Addo said Mahama will destroy his legacy, so they shouldn't vote for him?
So wabano and a tire to me e Ghana. Now face a brand new dua. Ya juma ya no e tie anya den. Onipa me ba me betu no wakonwa no so no a bibia me ye no so enya no fe me tumi jamachi emo obisa bibia ma ya oba wa be se no.
Well, some people have been wondering what legacy in Kwan it is and how special this legacy could be, that only his vice president can safeguard that legacy. Is the system that rotten? But when you check from Dr. Bawumia's side, you would see that he's been trying very hard to distance himself from the so-called legacy of his boss. Let's start with one of the legacies of his boss, shall we? One of these legacies is the fight in Parliament. Not that we have not seen or heard disagreements in Parliament before, but the fight to fight the passage of a tax that will impoverish the lives of people in a meaningful way is a solid legacy.
No. Nobody will see. Parliament is hard. Hey, what? Nobody will see.
Certainly a watershed moment in the Fourth Republic that will go down history as a cherished legacy of President Akufo-Addo. But what is the state of mind of Dr. Bawumia on the legacy of President Akufo-Addo as far as the e-levy is concerned? Here is his take before the fight.
The point is that you are not taxing mobile money, and it is, for me, my view and that we should not tax mobile money, because mobile money transactions, a lot of the people who are using these transactions are very poor people. You know, someone will get sent 5 CDs or mobile money. Why would you want to tax that?
Now, let's take it back to yesterday after the fight. So here's what Dr. Bawumia is promising to do when elected president.
I was thankfully appointed as chairman of the economic management team. As a subcommittee to cabinet, we do not have any decision-making powers. To move towards a cashless economy, however, we have to encourage the population to use electronic channels of payment. To accomplish this, under my administration, there will be no taxes on digital payments. The e-levy will therefore be abolished.
Well, on this same e-levy, I think I heard John Mahama say he will abolish it. Did I know?
We will not be pretentious and couch fanciful slogans to condemn the principle of taxation like the MPP did in the past. We are, however, implacably opposed to distortionary and burdensome taxes like the e-levy that only force Ghanaians to endure more suffering. A new National Democratic Congress government, God willing, and with the votes of the sovereign people of Ghana in 2025, will repeal the e-levy act.
So both President Akufo-Addo's desired successor and his undesired successor have described the e-levy legacy of President Akufo-Addo as a thing they will expunge. Let me reiterate. Both Bawumia, Dr. and Mahama, Mr. say they would expunge President Akufo-Addo's e-levy legacy from the hazard of Ghanaians' hardship experiences. So, Mr. President, please, when you said this,
Onipa, me ba me betu no wakonwa no so no. A bibia me ye no so enya no fe. Me tumi jamachi emo obisa. Bibia ma ya oba wa be se no.
I mean, with the greatest of respect, who then will be your legacy? This guy?
What is your ideology? How different is that from, say, the MPP's ideology or the NDC's ideology?
What do you describe as the MPP or the NDC's ideology?
MPP is center-right, NDC is center-left. So NDC is Social Democrat.
So then I'm the striker. I'm the striker.
No, this is not football.
Well, it's a game, right? You're talking about
in the spectrum of political views.
Yeah, you said
NDC
center-right?
is a bit on the left, MPP is on the right, generally.
Okay, I'm the one in the middle, and I'm for the neutral people. I am just for the average person.
What a striker. Well, time will tell. What is the other legacy of President Akufo-Addo? I may forget what I'm saying. Just keep that in mind. He will go down history, by the way, as Mr. President, most celebrated, one of the few presidents who surrounded himself with the most number of ministers, claiming to be a man in great hurry to transform Ghana. Come and transform Ghana, Niensha. Well, this is what a market woman had to say about the impact of the elephant-sized legacy of Akufo-Addo's government.
Nana duamamui, papa ye brankasa, ema ye unamane, akom, nyame kwande ni, nana duamamui nye pra, wama ye huwa, shibi ye, sika ye nyabi, nana dumi do nyame, papa.
Oye penintu de ye nyi honi free.
Ye nyi honi free, ode ye 7. Papa no ye wicked, na ni timu ye ding, onyu abata ho. Papa ye bro, ye brankasa.
No, grandma. No. Me ma kwai ma won kasa amfa ye man pani ho. It's true you are struggling, but I mean, me di ho ya grandma man kasa sa. But I feel we ya. But Dr. Bawumia, President Akufo-Addo's desired successor, has vowed to bury the bitter legacy of an overbloated government size, which proved to be as inefficient as ever, to a lean and hopefully productive one.
The move towards private sector provision of many public services would create the fiscal space of at least 3% of GDP annually. This represents a major paradigm shift. Additionally, an efficient system of governance will require even fewer ministers. I would have, therefore, no more than 50 ministers and deputy ministers.
It's important to say, I mean, as far as this number of ministers after Akufo-Addo is concerned, John said his first, promising to destroy the elephant size of the government.
We shall assemble and operate the leanest but most efficient government under the history of our Fourth Republic. We'll reduce significantly the size of government. And as announced in my speech at the UPSA late last year, in a crisis situation like this, it is my belief that this country can be governed efficiently with 60 ministers and deputy ministers.
Now, you would think that Dr. Bawumia, being the vice president of this incumbent, I mean, he found the size of his boss's government such a waste of state resources that he did not feel shy openly saying he will reduce the size. He found it a good thing even to promise to reduce his further than John Mohammed's. It appealed to him as a political point to make. John said he will appoint 60. Bawumia says 50. Both Dr. Bawumia and President Akufo-Addo's vice president, and then John Mahama, his rival, must be so disgusted by the possibility of more ministers stashing millions of dollars in their kitchens with state institutions playing chaskede over prosecution matters that they all think that Charlie, at least Bola ministry, the Bola ministry is allowed. They would never keep that ministry. One of the legacies of the Akufo-Addo's government is this.
That we are going to work on it, and it's not a work that is a single event, it's a process, and we'll continue to work on it for the energy sector to become better.
Have you heard of calls for a timetable?
Ask those who want it to bring it.
They should bring the timetable.
If there is, I haven't seen any timetable. So when
people are calling for it,
say bring a timetable, what do you mean? The ECG says that there is no timetable coming. Why do you want to bring a timetable? What purpose? Why would somebody get up and wish evil or bad for the country?
No. Don't joke. It's a solid legacy. Not because we have not experienced doomsaw before. No, we have. And that is why we punished John Mahama for his type of doomsaw. Terrible, terrible, terrible indeed. But the legacy of President Akufo-Addo is a unique one. The lights are off, but the legacy here, according to some Ghanaians, is the lies.
Over the period, the issues surrounding maintenance of transformers and gas supply have been successfully resolved, resulting in a sufficient improvement in power supply reliability. Indeed, over the past few days, we have witnessed stable electricity supply across the country, with no load shedding reported anywhere yesterday. For the past 7 years, we have worked tirelessly to keep the lights on, and I am confident that the unfortunate era of doomsaw will not return.
You know, it's a legacy of dishonesty and outright lies. Untruths. Okay, let me say half-truths, yeah? From ECG all the way to the The lights are off, but they say it's on. There is doomsaw, they say there is no doomsaw. For the first time, we hear PRC call ECG out. Their claim of faulty transformers, PRC described as lies and instructed them to provide a timetable to Ghanaians. But it's a legacy where institutions don't take responsibility and citizens are not allowed to call problems by their names. But yeah, we will find creative ways to say it for fear of not being beaten once again. So, Ashamafwe yebedum Madinafwe yebedum Kasafwe Zoplazo zo.
And somebody can charge you for no. And somebody can charge you for no. And I took the sum that I see the fue Dunkania. And I do the same I see the fue Dunkania. And I do the same I see the fue Dunkania. And I do the same I see the fue Dunkania. Ashama for Yebedum. Madina for ye bedroom. That's why for ye bedroom be. Odaka for ye bedroom. Mama na kawashima for.
Listen, it's a beautiful legacy, Charlie, where anyone who suggests an alternative idea to the government, something, is an evil wisher. Professional Jeremiah, and so on, intolerance. Meanwhile, the government know they sit up to, posterity will be really kind to President Kufuor. He is a legacy, it's a legacy of superlative promises and achievements. I will make Accra the cleanest city in Africa. You remember?
The littering habit seems to be more predominant in the cities and urban areas and mercifully largely absent in the villages. Last year, I reiterated before you my pledge of improving sanitation in the country and making Accra the cleanest city in Africa by the end of my term. I said by the end of my term.
Well, after almost 8 years, the cleanest part of Accra is a certain former minister's kitchen, because the stench and filth in Accra really got my boss very upset this week, huh?
Honestly, the things you said to us and the things that you are leaving, unless you are telling, look, it's terrible. Your legacy, there's no legacy. The filth in Accra it undermines. Where is your sanitation minister? You have a whole ministry of sanitation. Yeah. Our wash credentials are atrocious. Open defecation, refuse uncollected, no recycling, gutters filled with filth, and undesilted drains. Yeah. Look, do you know that they are part of the Odo water body that you can actually cross on foot?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A whole cow can cross the Odo. A water body that's supposed to collect water out of Accra. The June 3 flooding was because there was high tide, and the water that was coming from the Odo could not go, and people were flooded all the way to Adenta. You cannot tell me this is a country that's serious about sanitation. And Accra is not. Accra is one of the dirtiest capitals in Africa. Yeah, you may say I'm speaking bad on my nation. The numbers show that we are not clean.
You know, it's safe to say we have forgotten about the promise to make Accra the cleanest city in the world. Meanwhile, come and see something. Let me take you to Namibia. Come and see better clean city. My God. You see, as for us, what we want to do now is to build a big house for God so that you will come and live in the filth with us and the stench. Even then, the legacy of that house is a big fat hole.
Cathedral, no, they are going to be as you busy.
In the name of Akufo-Addo, Mahmoud Bawumia, and Ken Ofori-Atta, we commission this expensive hole in the world.
This life I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. Allow me to flex. This life I can't keep myself.
Oh, by the way, guys, this is a great legacy. See, if you look at the thing, you look at how we demolished the bungalows of the judges, demolished real estate projects, office apartments, just to render the whole project as a big fat hole. Listen, onipaya dia osayi wanyina ya menyina di nanadu nananyo wonyumni asesa. Oh no, but The free SHS is a great stuff. Great legacy. You people, you need to learn to celebrate your heroes and your legends and your leaders. Always complaining. We have done the Pukwase interchange. Have you not seen? You guys are hypocrites. You're always pretending you're not seeing the Obechebi Lamte interchange is ongoing. The Tamale interchange is done. We're done. Tamale Airport is done. We're done. Kumasi Airport. Yes, we are coming to commission it. The Elmina Harbour. Sweet. We have done the pepper soup. We have made it like soup. STEAM school in, there's a place the education minister likes to mention. Look, even some of the schools under trees, we wanted to paint them blue and white, and the classrooms wanted to paint them. But some people said they don't like it. So we stopped. We collapsed some banks who were not being managed well. We have collapsed the banks. And the money we used to collapse the bank is more than the money spent in collapsing. We have not received all the monies. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Many more have their monies locked up. People's investments have seen haircuts, even though the president said the exact opposite, that there will be no haircut. We're a legacy promo.
No individual or institutional investor, including pension funds, in government treasury bills or instruments, will lose their money as a result of our ongoing IMF negotiations. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors.
So you see, it's been a legacy of contradictions, but also a lot of showmanship, and reports of a duplicitous contract awarded to SML allegedly without due process emerges. The firm is said to have been, paid $1 billion and something, and they made $2 billion and they were paid $1 billion. Government commissions KPMG to audit their reports. Government picks and chooses the parts of the reports for the public to know and publishes it, and nobody decides what it can do. Only the government. Understand? If the government says it doesn't owe us any, you understand? On Dimuka, Adodi, your legacy is rich, like a street meat pie. A rich your pie. If you buy it, by the time you buy a rich your pie, you know the difference between air pie with 2 semi-cooked beans, no meat pie. Let's take a break so that we can reflect on the amazing legacy of legendary Akpa Fuadu. Welcome from the break. This is BackPage on City TV. My name is Caleb Kudo. So one of the legacies of President Akufo-Addo is his unrelenting commitment to the fight against corruption. His Excellency, the President, has been amazing on the job. According to Mary Ada, the latest development involving the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, and the OSP is nothing short of an extraordinary legacy.
EOCO was not in any way handicapped, and you realize they put in some of the information they brought to in this advice. They indicated the things the OSP sent, and so if the OSP has sent information to you, it is for EOCO to then build on whatever the OSP has sent to you. If you ask for the dockets or the report which has not been submitted, I believe they could have followed up.
No. So I don't want to remember how Martin Amidu summarized the president's, corruption legacy. I mean, corruption fight legacy. I refuse to remember it. I refuse it. I refuse it. In the name of Pati Yasika, I refuse it. In the name of Mata Sepet, I refuse it. Pati Yasika, bend the excavators, but bring the gold.